Welcome to Can I Get a Minute? Season 1, episode number 2. 2 in the books. Consistent. I know. What a week. What a freaking week I have had. Homeschool has really taught me a lot about myself. And patience. Keeping calm. Finding our center, breathing. It's taught me a lot. Like, no joke. No joke whatsoever. So, let's get into this. Let's talk about this thing called fake it till you make it. Now, I know many of you have done it. I have done it myself. When I was working in childcare, me and the director, we had the whole thing where we were like, yo, we're going to fake it until we make it because we ain't got the damn clue what's happening. I know, it sounds really bad. Just the words alone put into the sentence just sound really bad. Fake it till you make it, right? Is it real? Is it not real? Should you do it? You know, you're gonna, like, there are so many people with so many different opinions, with so many different, like, everything's about it. But I just want to give you my perspective of the go-to phrase. And I don't like it. And here's why. This is why I need a minute. Because I don't like it, and I can't stand when people use it. Why? Why don't I like it? Well, thank you for asking. Thank you so much for asking. Because it's like you're putting on a persona. You're putting on a facade. You're always going to have to be faking something in order to so-called make it. Like, do you know how exhausting that is to keep putting on this show of acting like you've got it all together and, you know, you're on top of things and you are the best thing since sliced bread and everything else underneath the world. Like, you got it going on. And you are the Beyonce, you are the Rihanna, you are, you know, the Carrie Underwood. You have got it all under control. You know exactly what's happening. But deep down, you're like, no, I don't think so. I don't know about this. Hey, Heather. I don't know about this because this is a little bit... Yeah, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Now, here's a question that I have to ask. Like, what if you don't make it? What if you do all that faking? What if you do all that portraying? What if you put on this big old show like you know exactly what you're doing, but you never get to where you're going? Then you have literally put yourself into this false sense of security to say, everything that I'm going to do from now on, I'll just fake it. I'll just fake it until I get to where I'm going. But I don't know if I'll ever get to where I'm going. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Because you're always going to be faking it. You're not really, you're not discovering anything within you. You're not pushing yourself to uncomfortable limits. You're not using your critical thinking skills. Ashley says, I would rather make for real. Ashley, I'm not sure what you mean by that. But when you're just going along faking it, you're not discovering the power that you have inside of yourself. You're, like I said, you're not pushing yourself to uncomfortable limits. You're not discovering different parts of yourself that you didn't. You're not building up confidence. You're not, self-discovering. You're not building up a self-discipline. You're not doing all the things that would make you successful so that you don't have to fake it, so that you don't have to try to pretend to be something that you're not, with just the hopes of achieving some sort of goal, some sort of, pedestal that you're looking to be on. Oh, Ashley says, I mean, I mean, make it for real. Yes, make it for real. So here's some other things that I've heard. I hear fake it till you make it, fake it till you become it. Let's see, what else have I heard? Oh God, now they're all like escaping my brain. But those are just like, two of the things that I have heard, and I would have to challenge that and say, why don't we just put ourselves in positions where we can do the thing for real? Like Ashley says, I would rather make it for real. So why don't we just put ourselves in situations to where we, number one, educate ourselves, read books, get in classes, do podcasts, get a coach, go to therapy, whatever it is, that goal that you're trying to reach. Why don't we actively do things that will help us make it for real, so that we don't have to keep faking this whole persona, like, I got it all together, I know what I'm doing, but deep inside your confidence is like, I have no idea. At the end of your days, you're stressed out, your anxiety level is through the roof, and you're always anxious because you think like somebody's gonna catch me. Somebody's gonna call me on my shit. So somebody's gonna expose me, right? Those are the types of things that inevitably happen when you're constantly faking this person that you are trying to be. So why don't we just do the work to be the person? If that makes sense. So getting into classes, reading more books, like I said, getting therapy, get a coach, actively do things. Yes, you're probably going to have to spend money. I hope you don't have to spend a lot of it, but there are ways around. There are free things that you can do. There are people that you can talk to. There are resources that you can always tap into. But instead of faking being this person, like, let's work on actually being the person. Like, let's switch our mindset. Say, I don't want to fake it anymore. I don't want to be something that I'm not, and I don't want to pretend to be something that I'm not until I get to this fictitious, destination. Why don't I just, within myself, transform myself so that now I can step into the person that I'm supposed to be? The person that God has deemed me to be. The universe has aligned, all these things to happen so that I can be that person, right? So there's one idea. Like, actively do things that put you in position of educating yourself, right? The next thing that I would challenge you to do is ask questions. Ask questions. I've come across people who are like deathly afraid to admit that they don't know something, and they don't want to ask the question. And I sit back and I look and I'm like, why? That's what they're there for. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you have all these resources. That's why you have all these numbers and these people that come into your life, is because they have information that you need. So let's actively ask questions to be better equipped to be the person that you want to be, instead of faking all the time. That's exhausting, to fake to be somebody all the time. So ask questions. It's okay to not know. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't mean that, you're not able, you're not equipped, you're not anything. It just means you're inquisitive and you want to expand your knowledge. You want to be able to help yourself so that you can help somebody else. It's really all that means, is just ask the question. And a lot of people say, well, that's a dumb question. To me, there are no stupid questions. If you have a question about it, you need to ask. There are no dumb questions. You can debate me all day on that one. But to me, there are no. If you don't know, you don't know. Right? If you don't know, then you don't know. But let's start knowing, right? You learn more by asking questions. Yes, Ashley, you do. You learn more by asking questions. But so many people are deathly afraid to ask a question because they don't want to seem like that person, or they're putting on this facade to say, like, I'm this businesswoman, I'm this badass, I'm this, I'm this, that, and I've got it all together, and I'll just figure it out later. Like, no, right now is the time for you to ask the question, because these people were placed in your path for a reason. So ask the question. Ask all the questions while they're here, right now, right here. Reach out and ask the question, because that is what gets you to the other side of not having to fake it, is to have the confidence. Because when you're competent, you're confident. When you know something, you know something. You're like, hey, I know how to do that. So my confidence level has now been boosted because I actually know how to do that. I actually know how to create a spreadsheet. I actually know how to post and use hashtags. I actually know how to de-escalate this argument that I am in. I actually know how to, control my breathing and get my anger down. Like, I actually know how to do these things, and I'm now going to apply these steps because I know. So there's another tip for you. Now, the reason why I want to touch on this for a second. Now, the reason why I was an advocate of this statement. This was my mantra. This was like, yo, I'm going to fake it until I make it. And like in the corporate, we've all worked in corporate. In the corporate life, like, yes, sometimes you're going to have to bite your tongue. Sometimes you're going to have to do things. Sometimes you're going to have to say things and appease to people in order to get to where you want to go, right? That's just a part of the ridiculous cycle, is you're just going to have to suck it up, do the thing, be that person so that you can get to where you want to go. Now, here's how that backfired on me. I would fake being this person who was just always cheery and always super helpful. I mean, parts of those are me, but it was like amped up. It was amped all the way up. It was on a whole new Mary Poppins level. I was like the black Mrs. Rogers. It was bananas. It was like I'm a nice person. I'm very nice, very helpful, but it was just on a whole like gross level. And at the end of the day, I got in my car and I was like exhausted of having to put on this fake show every day and be like, I got it all together. I can figure it out. I can do all the things. I can be the superwoman of the center, and I'm here, I'm there, and I'm everywhere, right? Now, here's how it backfired on me. I got to move up. I did. I faked it, and then I made it to the next level, right? Then when I got to that level, I was clueless. I was in over my head. My confidence level was so lacking. I didn't really have what it took. But I put on this facade. I put on this show like, oh, she knows. She know what to do. She know how to handle all the things. But inside, it was a whole nother story. I didn't. Inside, I'm gonna be honest with you. Inside, I didn't have it. I would go into work and be nervous and be anxious and be like, oh my God, I hope nobody has a problem today because I don't know how I'm gonna solve it. And it really was like being tossed in Daniel's den, the lion's den. It really was. I was fighting every day for, some ounce of competency, some ounce of, way to go, something. I was always looking for some external gratification instead of internally knowing what I know so that I can go out and do that thing. I had faked it so much that I got to the next level, but at that next level I was a ticking time bomb. Like, anyone that would come to me with some sort of conflict resolution oh my God, I don't know how to deal with this. Like, yo, stop talking shit. Stop talking shit. Get along. You go over there. You go over there. Like, let's be adults here. Like, that was my conflict resolution. I didn't know how to get to the bottom of things. I didn't know how to, separate people, get your side of the story, and then come to it. I didn't know how to do any of that. I didn't, but I put on this facade like I knew how to do it. So I really wasn't able to rise to that occasion, and I failed. I failed miserably. And once they saw how hard I failed, they took a look and they were like, I thought you knew how to do this. I thought you were that person. You put on this big show, you put on this, big old pomp and circumstance, like, yo, we graduating you. But you're not showing me that right now. Right now, you're showing me that you cannot handle a situation like this. And yeah, I got demoted. Yeah, absolutely. I ain't afraid to tell you. Absolutely, I got demoted. And that was heartbreaking to me. That was so heartbreaking to me. I had, quote unquote, worked so hard to give them everything that they wanted, that ideal person that they were looking for, that I never did the work to learn the things that I needed to learn. I never did the work to learn the things I needed to learn, so that when I got to that level, I was more competent. My confidence level was up. I just was like, hey, if I can get this far by faking it, shit, I can get another level by faking it. And that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. Like, somebody along the way is going to call you on it. Somebody along the way is going to challenge you. And how are you going to rise to that occasion? How are you going to rise to that challenge if every single day you're just faking it? You're just going through the motions. You're just saying the things that everybody wants you to say. You're just doing the things to appease other people. You're just faking your way through life. Like that's not a way to live. Especially now when we're in this time where it's more acceptable to be you and to be vulnerable and to say you don't know and to ask the questions and to have the conversations and to educate yourself, and that's more acceptable now. There are more people getting on that train than there were, 5 years ago. But I still come across people who are like, I just can't do that. I have to put on this show. I have to be whatever it is that they want me to be in order for me to get to the next level. And I always say to them, okay, once you get to that next level, are you sure you have everything that you need? You are equipped with all of your tools to be able to handle that next level of Jumanji. Right? And they can't answer me that. They're like, maybe we won't know until we get there. Well, why do you want to leave that up to chance? Why don't you want to confidently be able to step in to that new position or that new journey of life and know that, yo, I got this. I can do this. I've been through the fire. I've been through the storm. And now I'm looking at the rainbow. And now I'm just more equipped. Now I'm closer to the person that I want to be inside, to be able to reach those goals that I have and walk up that ladder of success, whatever that ladder of success looks like for you. So I don't believe in that statement. I don't think it's real. I think it's an insecurity. I think it's a scapegoat. I think it's a slippery slope. It's a trap, because at some point you're going to get caught up and somebody is going to call you on it. And when you can't rise to the occasion and prove to them that you are this person that you keep putting out, they are going to look at you in a whole new light. You are going to look at you in a whole new light. And I don't know what that would look like for you, but for me, I'll just be devastated. When I got demoted, I was devastated. Like I said, I did all this work. I put on this show. I gave you all everything that you wanted. I became that person. And now that you moved me up, I just don't know how to deal with situations like this. I didn't prepare myself to be able to deal with things like this because I thought that this is what you wanted. I thought if I faked it long enough, you would give me what I wanted. You gave me what I wanted, but I just couldn't rise to the occasion. So I feel like it would be best suited for you and for anyone is to just prepare yourself for that next step. Do what you need to do. Educate yourself. Read a book. Get in a class. Get a coach. Get a life coach. Go to therapy. I don't know what it is that you are struggling with or whatever it is that you feel like you have to fake until you make it. But whatever that is, I want you to know that you have to start by educating yourself and increasing your bandwidth inside of your brain so that your competence level is equivalent to your confidence level. Can I repeat that again? Your competence level is equivalent to your confidence level. Because the more that you know, the more confident you are stepping into that next stage of your life. Hey, Loomis. I know I'm going to mess up your name, so I'm going to call you Miss Riaz. Miss Riaz says, working yourself. Absolutely. She says, there's no faking it. No fake it. Work hard, and that's it. Yes. There's no fake. But you know, there's people out there that are like, nope, I don't want to do the work because number one, I don't know how to do the work. And number two, it's too hard. It's too hard for me to do the work. This is too complicated. It's taking too long. I'm not seeing the results. It's like the nice man always finishes last. That's kind of what their mentality is that nice guy or that nice woman is always going to be the one overlooked, the one that nobody's paying attention to, and that's just not true. That's the one that's the smartest. That's the one that's done the work. That's the one that's done the internal work to be able to, when the time is right, when the stars are aligned, to be able to step into that next journey of their life and actually be successful. So yeah, I have met many people who still think that this is a way of life and this is how it's gonna be. And it's hard to get them to see, like, I'm gonna let you do this the hard way. I'm gonna let you fake it all the way up. Because right now you're not willing to listen to me. But I'm gonna let you do you. Because that ain't my business. So I'm gonna let you do you. Until you get to that point where somebody's gonna call you and say, hey, aren't you equipped in this? Hey, can't you do this? Hey, I thought you were this. Let's see how you rise to that occasion. Let's see how that kind of unfolds there. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Marie. So, I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real, period, point blank, period, with a T at the end. I don't think it's real. And I think that you're just setting yourself up for failure every time that you do it. So just take the long way. Even though, you feel like you're never going to get there. You'll get there. But you're preparing yourself to be able to step into that next part and succeed at it. Not stumble, fall, trip, flounder around like a fish out of water. Like, nah. We're able to confidently get to that next level so that you can do the same process again. Educate yourself, ask the questions, do the internal work, be that person. You know what I mean? Like, be that kind-hearted person. Be that willing to help type of person. Be that authoritative type of person. Whatever that looks like for you. Whatever that persona looks like for you. Actually be those characteristics. Actually take on those characteristics and genuinely be that person. Because you've done the work to be that person. It doesn't have to come off as you being fake or being phony or, you're putting on a show. So just do the work. That's it. It may be hard. It may be rough. But I guarantee you, I put 100% stamp on it. I guarantee you it's worth it. And you will learn so much about yourself. You will learn the power that you have inside of yourself. You will learn so much about what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept, and how to use the energy to change the situation, to manifest different things, to just be whoever you were meant to be in this world here today. So that's my take. That's my take on the whole fake it till you make it. It ain't real. It's a waste of time. You're constantly going to be faking it all the way throughout life if you don't decide to do the work and change today. It's never too late. No matter how old you are, no matter where you are in your life, it's never too late to make the change, to shift your mindset, to pick up a book, to Amazon a book, to go to Barnes & Noble, get a book, to go to your local, coffee house, shop, whatever, get a personal development book, get a business book, get something that will help you best understand how the hell to be an adult. How to own a business. Like, there's resources out there. You just have to put your ego down, set it down on the coffee table, keep moving forward, and do the work. It's there. So that's all I got. I want to say thank you all for joining me here on Can I Get a Minute. Make sure you tune in every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I take a topic and I just need a minute to talk about it. We're just going to unfold it. We're going to unpack it. We're going to, say all of the things about the topic. And we're just going to share our thoughts. Safe space to share our thoughts. No wrong thoughts here. I hope you guys have a great Labor Day weekend. Stay tuned. Couple of promos here. Online course coming out. The Revamp Simplify Your Facebook and Instagram to increase your customers. Check out the It's a Vibe podcast, which drops every Sunday. The B blog drops every Saturday, where I take a business topic, and we're going to be taking this one, Fake It Till You Make It, and we do a deeper dive into, is it real, is it fake? We talk to other people, we get some research going, and we dive more into it. Let's see, what else do we got going on? We got a great weekend that doesn't involve logging on to a Zoom. Hey, downloading an app, waiting for other children to download the app, telling the teacher, hey, this don't work. Let me stop. But for real though, this week has been a week. It has been a week. So yeah, stay tuned for all those. We got the mini course happening, the online course called the Revamp Simplify Your Facebook and Instagram to increase your customer base. Stay tuned for that. We've got It's a Vibe, drops every Sunday. It's a podcast. We have the B blog that comes out every Saturday. Oh, also check out YouTube channel Beyond Self Fulfillment, where I have more personal development and some business content to help you kind of, pep up your day, pep up your life, get a little personal development in yourself. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I will catch you next time, and thank you so much for tuning in to Can I Get a Minute, which airs every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have a great one, guys.